This is the Heracles 80 by Chaosera in the Holy Light colorway, dressed in GMK modern Japanese Desko keycaps. It's an absolute beefcake of a keyboard, tipping the scales at a whopping 4.15 kilograms fully assembled, but this isn't without its trade-offs. Under the hood on my build we have the 2mm CR foam hot swap cut case dampening pad, a 1.2mm flex cut hot swap PCB, plate foam and a flex cut polycarbonate plate. The PCB doesn't have RGB and it's a wired only keyboard, both of which are commonplace on premium keyboards. The stabilizers are hand lubed Durock V2s with shims to account for the 1.2mm PCB, and the switches are the Gateron Raw linears with factory lube only. The sheer size of this keyboard, paired with the choice to run a flex cut 1.2mm PCB, pretty much dashes any hopes of running foamless. This keyboard needs foam, and this was probably recognised or planned by Chaosera, as they included a ton of case foam thicknesses, materials and cuts to choose from, as well as plate foam and a switch sheet. I ran the bare minimum I could in this build, but I am starting to think I'll need to run more case foam, as I am still hearing some metallic case resonance on the top and bottom rows. A foamy sound signature is hard to avoid on this one unless you're willing to put up with some resonance. The silicone gaskets plus the plate and PCB choice does give you a nice amount of flex obviously, but this will stiffen up if you use one of the thicker case foam options. I removed the bottom two centre gaskets to both soften the spacebar and because it reduced some of the case resonance. The main feature with this one is the aesthetic. It's such a meaty keyboard with real presence on the desk, and I really like the interesting raised gold piece in the top case framing the keys. On the bottom you'll find one of the prettiest external weights I've seen on any keyboard. It's PVD coated titanium with sort of a Celtic looking design, which actually makes no sense given the Greek demigod namesake of the keyboard. The fastener pieces on the ends of the weight adds a nice touch to the side profile. This one carried a pretty premium price at €425 here in Europe. I was lucky enough to pick it up as an extra, but it does appear to be out of stock in most places now. This is another top tier keyboard for my collection, and whilst the keyboard needs some dampening to keep resonance at bay, it sounds nice with some good build choices, and it's an acceptable trade-off if you like the extreme physical presence of the keyboard.